Hey, what's up? It's Josh from the Dialed In Hunter. I've got something that I'm pretty excited about that I wanted to share with you all. About a year and a half ago, I started working on a project, and at the time when I started it, I thought I was going to be done in about a couple months. But turned out it took a year and a half, and here I am sitting before you. So I wrote a book. I can't believe it. I can't believe it's done. It feels great. The book is called Becoming a Backpack Hunter, A Beginner's Guide to Hunting the Backcountry. And that's exactly what it is. It is a from front to back look on backcountry hunting, particularly with the beginner in mind. I mean, it goes from you don't even know if you want to backpack hunt all the way to you're packing an animal out back to the truck. And I started at that point because that's where I started. I remember like telling myself I will never backpack hunt, and it was something that I just thought was crazy, and I didn't know why anyone would put themselves through that. But that was just my ignorance on the topics. And once I learned a little bit more about it, I was super intrigued and I wanted to dive into it. And then once I actually did, my mind was completely changed tenfold. So the gear section alone in this thing is huge. I mean, I cover everything: shelters, sleeping systems, cooking systems, water filters, everything you can imagine. I cover fieldcraft a bit. I cover, aside from the gear, there's physical fitness stuff, the mental side of backpack hunting, stuff like fear and how to deal with that, solo hunting, being alone, where to backpack hunt. That's another thing I do. It's like out west here, we're incredibly lucky to have an overwhelming amount of public land. So it really makes the opportunities almost endless on where to go backpack hunting. So I cover that. I cover how I do that myself. There's some guest contributions in there from a couple friends of mine. One of them which hiked the PCT, lived out of a backpack for 5 months. I had him write a piece on called A Minimalist Mindset. I didn't think there was anybody better that I personally knew to write a piece on being a minimalist than somebody that lived out of a backpack for 5 months on the trail. So really great perspective there. Another one is from a friend of mine that did a piece on being an adult onset hunter. This is more and more common these days, I believe. There's more and more adults getting into hunting that weren't exposed to it as a child. So he's having to learn all this stuff as he goes as a full-grown man. So he kind of covers his perspective on that. A lot of value there. And then on top of that, I cover, I dive into, obviously, travel logistics, stuff like that. Like some of these hunts, you might be traveling out of state. So stuff like meat care, gas, just all the cost that comes with going on an out-of-state backpack hunt. And then, processing in the field and getting home and packing back to the truck. Like everything that you can imagine is in this book. It is a great resource for anybody who is new to backpack hunting or is kind of thinking about doing it. I'm not an expert on this stuff, and I say that in the book, but I get to do it a lot, okay? And it is something I'm incredibly passionate about. And as a writer, I just kind of felt that this is something I would really like to, extend a hand out with, and try to help. So if you have any questions on the book, please drop them down below. It is called Becoming a Backpack Hunter, A Beginner's Guide to Hunting the Backcountry. It's available in both paperback and Kindle forms on Amazon. I'll drop links down below for anybody that wants to check it out. Thankfully, I have gotten an overwhelming amount of positive feedback from this. And if you have been part of that, I want to like sincerely thank you from the bottom of my heart. It means a lot that you would take the time to not only spend your hard-earned money on something that I created, but take the time to read the whole book and let me bend your ear a little bit. So yeah, like I say, if you have any questions, drop them down below. I also wrote a blog post on the book if you want to learn a little bit, if you want to read a little bit more about it. I'll drop that link down below too. If you like the video, hit like the channel, hit subscribe, and I have a spring bear tag, so I need to get the heck out of here. So until next time, stay safe out there.